What's up, YouTube? People ask me why I hustle so hard. And let me give you a little bit of a history on why I hustle the way I am, right? So when I first started in 1987, I didn't know nothing about cars. Here comes the year 1999. I made my first $10,000 sale, and I was ecstatic, man. I thought I deserved to go home for the week. I thought I was going to get a bonus. So I came running to my dad. Dad, I made a $10,000 sale. I covered my costs for the next 5 months. I only get paid $600 a week. He said, good, son. Get back to work. I said, what do you mean, man? Like, how dare you talk to me like that to my dad, right? He said, get back to work and go do it again. I said, Dad, that's a $10,000 sale. He said, because you are training to be an owner of a shop, you need to cover your costs 4 times before lunch and again 4 times after lunch. Matter of fact, I don't take no lunches, he told me. Last time I took a lunch, I was broke. So that molded my whole mind frame. Fast forward to my other location, I had a bad experience with the landlord where out of the blue, he doubled my rent and asked me to pay his property taxes and property insurance, and it was bad location altogether. So, John, please get that. So what happened was I had to learn how to cover all that too. So once I kept on making this money, I had to come up with more, man. Imagine double the rent and this and that. I had to come up with $4 grand a week extra just to break even, man. Just to break even. So the hustle mentality has always been there. Then when I moved out of there to my own property, I had to go all in to leave the down payment for the property and then get my lifts, my alignment machine and this and that. So when I got here, my contractor who was built out to do the bathrooms ended up burning me. And he left. I didn't have my bathrooms. So this used to be a room in here. Actually, look at this picture right here. You see, it used to have this right here, and then this is the stairs to get out. So this door right here to get in is right over here. You can see the stains in the ground. This is where the steps to get up. All right. I was in this room with my head down like this. My mom happened to pull up. Cause man, maybe I was here 2 weeks, right? Or maybe 3 weeks. And she got scared to my mom. She said, Mijo, what's wrong? I said, oh, nothing, Mom, what's up? She's like, no, I know something wrong. What's wrong? I said, man, my contractor burned me. He took $10,000, never came back to finish his job. I can't open the front doors to retail if I have no bathrooms. If I have no bathrooms, I can't open the front doors. I can't bring no more money in. And that morning, when I woke up, I realized I had $8.80 in my name. I said, man, I can't take my family to McDonald's. I got family on the floor, a widow mom, a brother, and I had $8.80 in my name. I had $40 in the DV Autosport checking account. All my credit cards are maxed out, and my personal checking account, I was overdrawn. I mean, that's broke, you know what I'm saying? I came to work that day, and a rapper called me. He wanted a power steering pump, and that power steering pump on his Mercedes was like $4,500. I remember it was a CLS AMG. I think I forgot what it was, but it was something to do with $4,500. The total came out to me. I told him no, I can't do it because they didn't have my lifts yet, and I didn't have my air compressor installed yet because they were still doing my build out. So he said, well, I don't give a shit. That's your problem, man. I'm on the way. I got $4,500 cash with your name on it. Boom, light bulb. I said, I got you. I figured it out. So as he was coming in, I called my equipment guy who I got all my equipment from. I need a loaner compressor. He brought me a compressor on wheels, the airline, and I rolled up the compressor on wheels, hooked up my airline, no lift, man, went to work. That day, guess what? I didn't go home with $8.80 no more in my name. Immediate come up. What's the only difference I shot away? I didn't go cry. I didn't go become emotional. And I realized that day, fucking emotions, they don't matter. Only thing that matters is what you do, whether you do or you don't. And you're on your deathbed one day and you look back in time, you're not going to remember all the excuses. You're not going to remember all the gray area. You're going to remember only if you did or didn't. Fast forward, this is why, I don't even know what, it's the middle of December and I got cars coming in, man. I'm stressed out. John's stressed out. John, you stressed out?
Yes, I am.
So what changed? I realized also when I had the $8.80 in my name, I used to always complain to my dad, I hate doing oil changes. It's a waste of my time. But I wish for a $30 oil change at that time, so I wouldn't have $8. I would profit and make money. So now, looking back, I think it was a perfect storm for me to be the awesome shop owner that I am because I value every customer. Whether you come in and need some air and you ain't gonna pay me nothing, I'm gonna put air in your tire with a smile on my face. I'm not gonna make you wait either if I can help it. Why? Because I'm gonna make people, that's what I'm here for, people. I'm not here for cars, although I'm here for people relationships. When I drive home and I look on the freeway, every car driving is a potential customer. When I go to a restaurant, a lounge, a club, the zoo, wherever I go, doctor's office, wherever I go, anybody driving is my potential customer. So a light bulb went off a long time ago. Everyone is my potential customer. So now I'm in the business of people. This is why, man, I've had badass hookups, man. Let me tell you one thing. I took my wife on my first date. Fleming's Restaurant over here in City Center. It was Valentine's Day weekend. It happened to be our first date. So I called. I said, hey, man, we're coming Saturday night, and I need a table. He's like, well, man, it's Valentine's Day. I said, shit. He's like, I got you. He's my customer. I take care of him. So I take care of them. Guess what they do? They take care of me. I said, done deal. So I showed up around 8:30, 9 o'clock with my date, who is now my wife, by the way. On the way there, my wife's like, my girlfriend at the time, my first date at the time, I don't even know what she was at the time. She said, did you make reservations? I said, no. She's like, it's Valentine's. It's packed everywhere. I said, don't worry about it. You with me. She said, oh my God, I'm going to be so embarrassed. I don't want to go. I said, you with me, man. Relax. She's like, I don't get it. You don't have a reservation? All right, let's go. Valet the car. Get out the car. Walking inside. There are people everywhere waiting. I'm walking up to the front. Like, reservation? I said, no, ma'am. I think I'm sorry, booked. I was like, can you get your manager? She's like, sure, let me get him. As he's walking back up, Roldo, what's up, man? We were waiting for you. We got a table for you. Sat me down. We ordered like 3 different appetizers. I got my scotch. She got her wine. At the end of the meal, they brought me like all the desserts they had on the table. I had a little piece of every dessert they had. And I have the waiter and the manager at my table when we're done eating. He said, Roldo, if you're waiting for a check, you've been waiting for a long time. We value you being here, man, and your money's no good here, man. Just leave. My wife, my girlfriend, my date at the time, what do you do again?
What?
What do you do?
I'm in construction.
The point is this, that's when I realized that everybody is my potential customer. So I don't give a damn. I'm like one of y'all who just happened to own a shop. Like this man came in. I'm already packed. He said, hey man, Bencho, let me show you who Bencho is. Bencho's on the way. My wife's taking it Thursday, so we needed back oil change. There's a leak on the thing and wipers. I said, man, come on in. I don't got time, but I have a spinner, so I know how it is, man. You have a family trip, and if I can't do it for him, what's he gonna do? He's gonna go somewhere. Exactly, he's gonna go somewhere else. That's why I have molded myself to do whatever it takes. Now look around. I got Jose taking out the steps to lift it up. I can't lift it up with the steps on it. I got Ruben over there looking like he's lost. Now, we ordered a new one. We're going to back that out later. Don't put it back on. Yeah, we ordered a new one for him. We're going to sand black it and then pop it on the grill. For right now, take off the wheels so we can sand black the wheels. This is the calipers on this one. Khalifa's is doing the timing chain, and John is helping him on that. I got the 2 rappers inside rapping. Kevin's off sick. Patches over there wrecking shop on the body shop side. And business going on as usual. I don't cry. I don't whine. I get it done. I hate excuses. And another thing that led me to hating excuses is when I had a really bad time in my life. I'm not going to get into all that shit, right? But I'm going to tell you a little snippet. My dad had pancreatic cancer. He already had the Whipple surgery, and it came back aggressive to my dad. At the time, I had a DWI. Because it was a lot of stress for me at once, man. I got caught. My wife was 9 months pregnant. My dad had surgery. He was sick from cancer. I'm in my dad's shop helping out. And I'm in my Sharpstown location. So luckily, we have a freeway between us, which is West Park Tollway. West Park Terry Ashford, West Park Foundry. I can just hop on the thing and be there in 7 minutes. The day my child was born, my first son, I'm at the hospital, and my wife said I forgot something at the house. She sent her brother to go get it. I said, I need a breathe. I need a break. You know what I'm saying? I just had a son. This changed my life, man. When I put my eyes on him, So I rushed home to get the bag. Coming back on the highway over the overpass. And as I'm coming up the overpass, I'm going about 75 miles per hour. I'm trying to get back before my time clicks out on my DWI, my driving record. Sure enough, as I'm approaching the overpass, guess who's on top? A damn cop doing this shit with the radar gun. And I look in my rearview mirror, and he does this. Hops on his bike and comes after me. I'm like, shit. Exit at the next light. Guess who's on the right-hand side? A police station. Lights turn on, pull over. I'll pull over to the police station. He comes to me and says, why are you speeding? I said, man, I have my baby bracelet on. I said, I just had my son. I got my driving record. I was trying to make it back before, like 4 more minutes left on my driving. times to drive. He said, okay, if everything checks out, I'll let you go, man. Congratulations. Comes back to me and says, you're suspended. You can't drive. Step out the car. You're going to jail. And he laughs, says, you saved me a trip, but we were at the jail. Before he does that, I said, can I call my lawyer? He said, call your lawyer. So I call him. I call him by his name because that's my boy. I consider him to be my boy, but he probably considers me to be his jackass of a friend. He yells at me and snaps at me and says, why are you driving? Da-da-da, this and that. I said, man, my mom has kidney stones. My dad's dying over here. We just had a baby. Da-da-da, this and that, man. And you know what he told me? It's an excuse. The judge don't give a shit. It's an excuse. And hung up the phone on me. My lawyer hung up the phone on me as I'm about to get placed in handcuffs. Can you imagine what's going through my mind? So, in the jail I go. Phone rings. It's my buddy who happens to work at the police department. Long story short, he got me in and out of that police within, I think, 2.5 hours. Fast forward, I'm not going to tell you any more about that story. The point of the story is, I said, how dare this man tell me my dying dad and my wife just having a baby is an excuse. And then I realized it because I like to look at things from outside looking in. It is an excuse. I got caught driving on a suspended license. The judge don't give a shit the reason. You're not supposed to be driving. That's your own dumbass fault for getting that DWI to begin with. You should be drinking and driving either. So now, if I can't make an excuse about my dying dad and my wife just having a baby, why the fuck can anybody else make an excuse? If you realize that, man, you can go far in life, right? So that's my advice to you. If you just opened a shop and you've came this far, like I struggled 15 years to get to my shop. My mentor tells me, congratulations, get back to work. No celebrating. All this work just to get to your foundation. This is my starting point. This is my new foundation. So all that happened in the last 15 years was just to get to here. That was in 2016. 2022, we're still here. And we have customers, man. I guess I'm doing something right. My wife argued with me one time. I said, hey, man, Google review says otherwise. Let's have a good person, right? And she said, my customers spoil me. So let the customers spoil you. You know how? By taking care of them, man. Good luck.